Ding, 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 ding.
Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. As you can tell, John and I are holding up the fort, and we're going to be doing it really, really well this morning. But welcome to Kiwanis Connects on WWDBTV live from both Las Vegas and here in my home. Now, that what's in the background is not Val's home, but if it was, I would be making more money.
I was going to ask you, do you play the piano?
Only Mission Impossible. But that's about the extent.
Well, that's more than I can play. So
yeah. Well, you know, it's like I go geek on this one. Every child needs to know music because music is a universal language, and so a set of notes in music is the same in any country and anything that you write or do. And so my parents tried so hard for me to learn music. They even gave me my last instrument, which was a clarinet.
That was when I was in school. That's the first instrument they tried to get me to play was a clarinet, and all I could get was.
Yeah.
So they switched me to the trumpet. But go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, there was no switching with me. So when I finally said I don't think I'm good at this, my dad said, "You just pack that away, sweetheart." And he normally didn't ever call me sweetheart, but you could tell he was trying to be kind.
Yeah.
And when he passed away, I found that clarinet tucked so far back in the back of his closet.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like, oh, they really did not want me playing.
Yeah.
So, but today John and I are holding down the fort. And as you guys know, sometimes technology is technology, and we have our guest is not here right now, but we are going to cover a number of things that around him. We hope that you'll be able to log in. And John, are you in studio where people can call, or do they?
No, I'm unfortunately not. And if I don't have to go into the studio, in other words, if I don't have a show right after this, I do this from home because I have a much better setup in my office at home. It's different than the one at the studio. So, but if you want to give them my cell phone number, I'm happy to talk to them if anybody wants to call.
I'm not sure you really want to put that out there, but I did want to do a shout out. Good morning, Delia. I hope that you're doing great out there, and I'm going to be monitoring the chat, and it will be very, very interesting because you know, Aaron, that's his thing. But today is all about some very special clubs internationally and our interconnections with those clubs. And I had invited one of our more visual or visible clubs in Africa. He's absolutely in Zambia. And so we'll talk a little bit about something that he's put out there and how that ties in with the rest of Kiwanis. So
I have to ask this. Are there clubs in Africa that are invisible?
There are some that work under the radar. So they say they're Kiwanis clubs, but they haven't paid their dues. So
okay.
Yeah, so I always consider them under the radar and outlaw clubs until we can help them become clubs.
I like that. Outlaw clubs. I'd like to start an outlaw club.
Yes.
Let's do that. Let's start an outlaw club.
Yeah. But I probably said something politically totally incorrect, and I'm going to get slapped around at some point. But
all right, I'll cut this out before we rebroadcast it.
But the reality is there's so much need around the world, and for clubs in Africa to partner with clubs in other countries is so important because, like when we had our guest Phil Coelho here, Phil talked about the fact that we can eradicate sickle cell anemia just if we partner. So good morning, Herman. It's so great to see you out there, and I'm looking forward to talking with you soon. And so one of the things that I'm really looking forward to is having that opportunity to partner with some of these clubs and be sister clubs with some of the African clubs so that they can become their own district. Because wouldn't that be cool?
And how would that work? How does that work?
When there are enough clubs in a district where you have, as they're trying to, there's a district in formation, they need to have 900 members. or
Okay.
more, and there's a certain number of clubs that they need to have established in a defined territory, and then they need to be financially independent and be able to maintain their leadership and their district offices and policies and procedures, and have representation both in international. Oh my! Someone knew your cell phone number. Um, and so then their information, and the last district that has just been awarded district status is Panama. And so
Really?
they have been in formation, and they were in partnership and sponsored, I think, by Colombia, and now they're their own district. And I am
Wow.
so amazingly proud of them. When I was governor, I had my colleague from Panama was there, and she is amazing. She almost is like the hero warrior, would show up at everything. She came to our governor trainings, unfunded. She came to our individual meetings and invited all of us to their district convention. And if my husband hadn't been in the hospital, I would have been in Panama. And so, and as Kathy Szymanski goes, woot woot. Absolutely. So we love Panama. They worked hard to make this happen. They really did. And that's what districts need, information need to do. And hi, Aaron. Our buddy, the voice, is out in Bethesda, Maryland. And so, John, do you want to share what Aaron is doing? So why he's not bouncing out all of this scariness going on right now?
Do you want me to make something up, or should I tell the real story about
tell the real story
bail and
to the show.
Aaron is, as most of you know, Aaron is the voice, and he MCs a lot of charitable events, and he is in Washington, D.C. today, and I believe tomorrow, I'm not sure, and he is going to be hosting a benefit for a blind organization, an organization that supports blindness, and I don't remember the exact name, but he's out there being a Kiwanian. How's that?
It's like, so I think that our show has really made an impact because he met them at a Kiwanis Club event, brought them on the show, and all of a sudden there has been this tied in relationship. And so now there are 3 walks that happen out here on the West Coast based on that show. And so I think that that's pretty amazing. So the Foundation for Fighting Blindness Vision Walk in Washington, D.C.
That's it. I knew he'd pop in there.
Oh, you knew it, because he's not going to let us butcher anything.
Yep.
He keeps his eye on us.
Yeah, if there's any butchering to be done, he'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, like the bad dad jokes that are coming. Because,
And speaking of, he did send me a little clip of his bad dad jokes that we will be getting to at the end of the show, as we always do. So all of you out there, Herman, and just don't worry, we got you covered.
Absolutely. So we're going to do a number of the things that we normally do. And you know that Aaron has filled in for me so many times when my technology just doesn't do what it's supposed to do, or we're on the road. But he's doing something legitimate, so we can't say anything negative about that. But we will have Melissa Atwell's mental health moment. We will have
mental health moment. It sounds like you need a moment there.
Oh, honey. If I shared everything that has happened to me in the last 7 days, you would be amazed.
Just a real quick question. I wanted to step back a minute or two from when we were talking about the districts. Do you know what is the largest district geographically in the world?
Absolutely. That would be Taiwan. And Taiwan,
really?
I think, has gone over 20,000 members. And
yeah, but I mean, the size geographically, it's the entire island of Taiwan is its own district.
Yes, but it's Taiwan has its own district, but geographically, that's not the largest district. I believe that the Kalneva district is the.
I was just going to say, because that's got to be California, Nevada, and Hawaii.
And
That's
Hawaii.
because
Absolutely.
the Hawaii is includes all of the islands, right?
And we
Okay.
have 5 clubs on the well, actually 6 clubs on the island,
Wow.
and they're when they have division council meetings, they literally fly to one island,
Right.
and then they meet when they call it HCOM. That's for our key clubbers. They get together and have their own leadership convention. So there'll be several hundred key clubbers that will fly to an island. Usually, these past couple of years, it's been an Oahu because that's the largest metropolis where it's inexpensive to fly.
Right.
So
And that's basically the hub for. I mean, if you're flying to Hawaii, you're going to fly into Oahu. If you want to go to the Big Island, then you take a little puddle jumper over. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'll do a shout out to one of my favorite airlines, Southwest Airlines and Hawaiian Airlines. Both of those two airlines give discount tickets for student travel. And so it literally is $79 round trip for the
Wow.
students to do an island hop. And so
Is that from LA or from
oh no,
Sacramento?
it's only within the islands. So
Oh,
if you're
okay.
going
Okay.
from Hawaii to Oahu or Kauai to
Gotcha.
Big Island. Um,
Hawaii. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. And so
Cool.
those hops are really, really inexpensive.
Yeah.
And most people, when they think about going to Hawaii, they think it's a really, really gigantic, big deal, and they stay usually on one island. But for those of us that spend a lot of time on the islands, it's almost like it's easier to go shopping from Kona to fly to Oahu, go and do your big shopping,
Yeah.
pay for extra luggage, and take it home
Yeah.
to your island. And it's cheaper than driving. Because if you think about right now, I just paid $6.29 a gallon at the cheapest for gas at the
Yeah.
cheapest gas station in my local area, and it was hilarious because I looked across the street and it was 7.10, and I thought when I'm in Kauai and I just want to go to a meeting on Oahu, it's $79 round trip,
Wow.
and now it's $79 in gas for me to drive to San Francisco and back.
Wow. Yeah. And we're creeping up on $5 a gallon. And I mean, like just a few months ago, we were at 324,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just I see it jumping up almost daily. Anyway.
And so I want to tie that all together so people don't think we're being political on any of this. Is
Okay.
one of the new service projects that's starting to pop up everywhere, and that a lot of pediatric cancer centers and children's hospitals are asking for gas cards. And
Really.
it's gas cards so that the parents can drive their kids to their appointments. And so, like with the Kiwanis Family House, is a distance away from where most parents have to bring their kids in for their new reviews and their scans and everything. And so, for a Kiwanis club to gather gas cards and be able to give those to parents of pediatric patients is a really big deal right now. It's also a really big deal for if you're having a food pantry and
Yes.
you do the drive-by food pantry, realizing how much gas it takes for people to get to your food pantry to pick up food to then be able to go home. And
Yeah.
so a $25 gas card could go a really long way.
Yeah. So I think that's great. That's and it just goes to show you that when the need arises, Kiwanans always step up.
Absolutely.
You know,
Always.
and in response to whatever the need is, and it's not just we keep doing the same thing. It's no, if the need is over here, we're over here. If it's over here, we're over here. And
Absolutely.
I like that about that. So
Yeah. And for me, that's why I am a Kiwanian for life. And I invested in my life membership a long, long time ago. When I was given the honor, it was just like, yes, I will do this. And I know that for a couple more of the clubs that I joined, I am going to become life members because when you're a life member, you're only a life member in the one club that sponsors you into that club.
Okay.
And on the international level and on our district level, it's the same. But to me, this is something for life because we don't do the same things we did in 1958 when we started. We looked at our community and done our reviews and our audits and said, these are the new things that are needed. So we don't do as many pancake breakfasts, but we do high protein breakfasts for our kiddos. We actually make sure that there are different types of food available. I know most clubs, that's what they do. But
Yeah.
what we still do is we feed our kids mind, body, and soul. That's been our motto since 1958 in my home club of Marina. So we will continue to feed at food banks. We will continue to do our breakfasts but we also do books, and our literacy program is very, very strong. And our soul part is that we make sure that there is always an opportunity for kindness and support. So anything that allows for kindness and activity, we're invested in it.
And we are also about to invest in mental health.
Yes, we are. And that's, to me, amazing. So maybe after our first break, we can talk a little bit more about doing that. And so, hi, Doug, out there and on the road. And so I know you're on the road to Lieutenant Governor training. It's like, I'm so excited. We'll talk more about that as well. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And I also like to point out that this is Stroke Month. So we are going to show the commercial that we did for strokes.
Cool.
Some estimates say that someone in the United States has a stroke every 40 seconds. Rocky, please share with us your experience.
Aaron, as we all think we are invincible, after playing baseball for 12 years and never missing a game, I had a stroke while I was umpiring. It put a new perspective on life for me. No more golf, bowling, dancing, or most importantly, playing catch with my grandchildren. Please listen to your own body warnings. Pay attention and watch for your family and your friends. Watch for those warning signs. You are not invincible.
Derek, what are some of the symptoms and signs we should be aware of?
The simple rules to remember: the be fast rule. Balance, beware of loss of balance. Eyes, check for vision loss. Face, check if one arm is weak or numb. Speech, listen for slurred speech. Time, call 911 immediately if there's treatment available if it's within 3 hours.
John, what are some of the resources that folks have available for them?
There are several stroke support groups available to stroke survivors and their caregivers. Many of the stroke support groups you can attend can be accessed on your computer via Zoom. The stroke groups we support are located at the bottom of the screen.
This message was proudly brought to you by the following: the Kiwanis Club of Laguna Elk Grove, the Kiwanis Club of Oakland, and the Kiwanis Club of Palo Alto. The Granville Allied Gardens Kiwanis Club was founded in 1960. We provide service to Allied Gardens, Granville, San Carlos, Del Cerro, and surrounding communities of San Diego. Our support extends to the youth of our community by sponsoring programs at Hearst Elementary School K-Kids, Lewis Middle School's Builders Club, Patrick Henry High School's Key Club, and San Diego State University Circle K. Some of our favorite events and charities we support include the First Friday Concerts in the Park, patriotic holiday flags on Waring Road, Meals on Wheels, Cub Scouts, and the Allied Gardens Little League. Join our club. We are looking for people who care about making a difference for our children, for our community, and for our world. For more information about our Kiwanis Club and becoming a member, please visit www.alliedgardenskiwanis.org.
The Centennial Internet Kiwanis Club is pleased to announce that we are currently accepting pre-orders for the newest manufacturing run of the giant 8-foot-high Kiwanis logo inflatables. New this round, we're accepting orders for Action Club, Circle K, Key Club, and Kiwanis designs. At $625 per unit plus shipping, these inflatables are easy to set up, display, and store. You can order them online at centennial-internet.club today.
Woohoo! And so our guest popped in and then he left. So
we'll wait for him to pop back in again. How's that?
hopefully he'll be back. That'll be great. I think it says that we have 3 people in the studio. So we'll see if he's somewhere out there. But I love the fact that we were able to support Stroke Awareness Month, and at this point in time, John, Rocky, and Derek are doing amazing things on the national level because of their opportunity to come on our show. They're all 3 doing speaking engagements this month, and I wanted to do a shout out to John Brummer. I know that he's unable to watch the show right now because he's actually doing an engagement, but he has been one of those true advocates. And when you think about strokes and what happens with a stroke, it is something that for those of us that are very, very active, we don't pay attention to our bodies. So being able to be reminded of paying attention to your body, your mind, and how everything's operating is what could save your life. Bless you, John.
And our guest has arrived.
Yay! All right. So with no further ado, I really would love for you to, join in. And if you have questions, bring them on. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Is it afternoon for you, Tabuhu? And I didn't say your name right. So please correct me.
Good evening here.
And introduce yourself.
Yeah.
You got all fancy for us, so it's great to see you. And I am so excited to have you here with us. I hear that there are great things happening over in Zambia, and so if you could introduce us a little bit and tell us about who brought you into Kiwanis.
Hello, are you able to get me?
Hi.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us now?
John, you need to take him off screen and then bring him back.
Yeah, let's try it.
All right. So let's
see if that works.
All right.
I love technology.
I love technology when it works. So what we're going to have you do is log out and come back in and make sure your audio is turned on and your video. And John will cut all of this out before we rebroadcast. But for those of you who are watching, you guys know that this is way, way, way live. And so we appreciate that you're here and watching us today. And I'm so excited about what the show has been able to accomplish so far, John. And I'm very thankful to you. I don't think that any other podcast, and this is not really a podcast, it's truly digital TV, has lasted as long as we have. I mean, this is 3 years and we're still going and we still have technological issues.
Yeah, seriously.
But what excites me about this is the number of people that are now reaching out and saying they want to be on the show. They want to share their message. They want to make that connection. And I was trying to explain at one of my campaign events that Kiwanis Connects is all about showing Kiwanians and showing the world how we can work together to better serve our communities. Because I think you've discovered that each Kiwanis club that you've gone to visit is a little bit different.
Yep.
Yep.
And the reach that we have and the audience that we reach worldwide, and it's nice to get feedback and to learn what other clubs are doing, which can help us maybe change direction or focus or improve our own clubs. And I like that everyone is willing to share their experiences and how they got things done. And to me, that's an amazing thing. It's like, oh, okay, well, I don't have to reinvent the wheel because they're already doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
here's how they're doing it. So
Absolutely. And so that's why it's really important that when we're out and looking at clubs, and you can go on Kiwanis.org and you can locate a club near you and know that in most places in the world, there are multiple clubs to choose from within driving distance. And so you can go in on Kiwanis.org and location or locate a club and try out a couple, visit a couple. Most times, the very first one you go to probably will be it, but it doesn't feel right or it's not a good fit, don't think that you're going to go change it. Go find another club that works for you or ask to see if there is something that you're passionate about. Start your own club. So I think the
our
technology
guest
is
is
working
back.
again.
Yep. Let's give it a
All
shot.
right.
All right. Can you hear
Aloha.
us?
Good morning.
Yes, yes. How are you?
Good. Good.
Fantastic.
Are you able to get me?
Really, really good. It's morning for us. What time is it there?
Here it's 6:25
I
p.m.
believe that we have a little bit of delay. So
Yeah.
6:25 p.m.
Well, it's
All
a
right.
long way. It's a long way off.
Fantastic. So we're in the same.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here with us. And so I'm so glad that you made it. So if you could share with us a little bit about what's going on in your club and what you're excited about, because I know that there's a delay, so I don't want to interrupt you. So if you could introduce yourself.
My name's Tevu Homrara from Zambia. I'm the president for Kiwanis Club, Lusaka Metro. Kiwanis Lusaka Metro was founded was chartered in 2010. In 2020, yeah, Kiwanis Club Lusaka Metro. Are you able to get me?
Oh, we can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear
Kiwanis
you.
Club. Okay. Kiwanis Club Lusaka Metro was chartered on the 10th of.
You know what we're going to do, John,
Hello?
is we're having a really hard time with this. So we're going to do an individual interview with you separate and put it together.
Yes.
So we'll do this at another time and put your interview in so that you're shown at your best light. Is that okay?
We're having a buffering issue where you delay and we can't really understand what you're saying. So
let's do it via Zoom.
Okay. Sounds like a
we'll
plan.
do that. We'll do that separately.
Okay.
Okay. So, gang, this is the technology at its finest, and so we will air it in a different way next week, or not next week because we have so many things that are packed into our show. But we will buffer it in and we will send it out to you. So, if you had any questions, we can make it up as we go along. But one of the main reasons that
I just want to bring up one point that we talk about how technology goes wrong from time to time, but if you really stop and think about how amazing it is that we can talk to someone all the way across the world. I mean, think back to the old Dick Tracy and his wrist radio and how far we've come. All of the science fiction back in the 40s and 50s and here we are today, it's like the magic. So as much as I complain about technology sometimes, it's really pretty darn cool.
It is cool. It is so cool.
Yeah.
And it ties back into when we had Jared last week on our show. And some of the technology that he was talking about, oh my goodness.
Yep.
This is wow. And one of the things that really stood out, there's so many Kiwanians around the world, but I think I'm saying his name correctly. It's really stood out and jumped towards me because he's using technology at a very high level to get people to know what he's doing out there. And so one of the things that he had posted was his introduction to the rest of the Kiwanis world. And he uses, it looks like a Chat GPT AI to really bolster up his postings. And so when I was looking at it, I was like, wow, this guy really knows what he's doing. And he really does. It's fancy. It's very, very fancy. And I've learned a couple things about how to do placement just by interacting with him. And so that's what makes the Kiwanis world really small, is we can interact with each other, and technology allows for us to do that. And then there's this thing of our reality of the satellites and the stars and all that don't align sometimes.
Well, and talking about that and AI and everything, and the new data centers that are being built all around the country, all around the world, and how big they are and how much resources they take up. And I think back to, a lot of people aren't old enough to remember this, but way back, the first computer that I ever saw was called UNIVAC. And it was huge. And I remember on one of the TV shows where they rolled it out on stage, and I mean, it took up half the stage. And from that to this is absolutely amazing. So I'm hoping that we make that same leap in the shorter period of time to get these data centers down to where they are manageable and not eating up all our resources. So,
Absolutely.
John, you might be familiar with Mars calls from Vietnam. Hi, Mom. I love you. Over.
Oh, wow.
Herman, right on, dude. Right on. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that memory back. I'll get you for that.
I love it. I love it. Well, when my dad was stationed in Shape, Belgium, in the very early days, there was a full warehouse that was one computer. One computer. And most of the satellites that are up in the sky at this point have less technology than your coffee machine.
Was that that one Voyager, that probe that we've sent out, had like a 59 kilobyte, thing, and it's a billion miles away from us now, sending data back. And I mean, your average, even the cheapest, raunchiest cell phone has more computing power than our first space launch. So
Absolutely.
it's
So
amazing.
one of the newest clubs that started is it's the Kiwanis Club of Digital Professionals, and
Really?
so they focus in on being able to mentor and bring people forward in this digital age. And so they're online, but what they do in being able to integrate services and help people is amazing. And so at some point, I'm going to have them on, because
We got to get them on. Yeah,
they
absolutely.
know what's going on. And right now, some of the resources that we have are at the same scale. If you think about how much it costs on a monthly basis to have Chat GPT and access to Chat GPT at a level that really works.
Right.
I think about it, it's more than dues in many of our clubs, but we get hooked, and it's like, I am hooked on doing a weekly caricature of myself, because if I don't make fun of myself and laugh, I am going to be so depressed. And my students have started to notice it. And so it's been amazing because they're like, wow, you really understand this computer stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
sure.
Sure. Yeah.
But there are all kinds of clubs, like Douglas put in there. If you want to share his chat, Douglas chat would put something. It was like, we have all kinds of clubs, especially with the new Voices clubs coming on board. They're focusing in on a number of different things. And Kiwanis Voices is, John, do you need to go off screen while I share about Kiwanis Voices?
I'm sorry, say that one more time, please.
Did you need to go off screen while I share about Kiwanis Voices?
No.
Okay, good.
What? Do I look that bad?
No, you look like someone may have come in the door and they were like,
Oh, no. There's just a lot going on around me, and I just want to make sure that I don't get blindsided with a 2x4 or something. So, no, I'm kidding.
Well, it's just like with Kiwanis Voices. We've really put together on an international level this pilot program that actually allows for people with the life experiences that are the same when you're 18 to 26, where you can get together and you don't remember Mars or you don't remember Mac SE or those things because you're so busy moving forward, and that gives them that common ground to be able to work with each other. And one of the things that really excites me about our Kiwanis Voices, and it excites me about our Circle K, is that this gives younger people an opportunity to say, I'm not interested in the fast lane of go drinking every Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, go party. I use my time for service. And especially for our Circle K members when they're in college, if you belong to a different kind of club, it's hard to say, I don't want that college experience. But when you're in Circle K, you can use Circle K, I hate to say it as an excuse, but you can say that in the organization that I belong in, we're not allowed to do X, Y, and Z because we need to focus in on service, and we're very public forward.
Right.
And so for someone who comes from high school where it's very conservative and they go into college and they're getting bombarded by all these things, they have a tribe that continues to do good service and continues to be social in a way that they don't have to deal with the distractions.
What is the minimum age for young people to join the Key Club?
Minimum age is that they just need to be in high school. So 9th, 11th, and 12th grade. They just need
does Kiwanis have any organizations for younger kids?
Absolutely. And so we start with K Kids, which is Kiwanis Kids.
Okay.
And so they are in the elementary school level. They are the cutest and they are the busiest. And
then I have an idea that every district should create a K club of 8 to 12-year-olds that are there specifically to assist all of the other clubs in the area with their computer needs. And
they could do seminars on here. And for me at this point, it would be Grandma Val, can we sit down and have the chat?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that's
okay, Boomer.
Exactly. That's the beauty of Kiwanis. And so one of the special needs or not special focus clubs that we just started, and I can say this and I'm so excited, is we did charter our Kiwanis Club of Mental Health Cares Club in Las Vegas on Monday, May 11th. We haven't filed all of our paperwork, but we're going to be filing and completing that club today. And that was because when you start a brand new club, you need to have 15 brand new members to Kiwanis or returning. So if a former member who's been out of Kiwanis for, I believe it's 18 months or 2 years, they can come back in and be a part of that. But we had a couple of people on our list that we looked at and realized they are returning members, but they don't qualify for that first 15. And so now that we have our first 15 and 4 people that are either transferring or joining, this club is going to be done, and we're going to pay today. So that means that in the mental health month, we have chartered a club that focuses in on mental health. And if you're out there and you're trying to figure out how does this work, join us, because we're a hybrid club. Most of the time, unless there's a 5th week, we meet online so that our members in Utah, our members in West Virginia, our members in Florida and Texas can all participate at an equal level and be a part of the club that's based in Las Vegas. It is able to meet and do great projects. And anybody's welcome to be a part of our club meetings, which are online, and then our board meetings will be in person there in Las Vegas. So
this might be a good time to introduce our mental health moment.
I think it is.
Okay, then let's do it.
Peace is not out of reach. There are people, tools, resources out there ready to help you better your mental health. You are worthy of care and calm. Remember, take a moment for your mental health.
You would not believe how many times a week that pops into my head, and I just kind of take a deep breath and just, okay, taking a moment, instead of like.
Absolutely. And
I'm excited. I'm excited about this, and I think that Melissa is doing an awesome job, and it's exciting.
So we have our first service project tomorrow in the Las Vegas area. And so there will be a mental health fair going on. And so this club is automatically just jumping in there and being able to really be a part of what's going on. In addition to that, we started off with one idea, but as many clubs do, when you have a number of people involved in what you do, you actually come up with an even greater idea. And one of the things that we discovered with these new members that we're talking about things is that homeless kids and kids that are in foster care are at the highest risk of suicide. And their mental health hygiene is so low, they don't even know where to start. And part of that is because their basic needs aren't being met. And if your basic needs aren't, food, shelter, clothing, if those
safety.
Exactly. Safety. Yeah. If those aren't being met, you really don't have a chance to get healthy and take a moment to breathe, because you're always on alert. Your body is always in a frightened space. And so an opportunity has come out of the formation of this club to be able to provide care kits for homeless youth in the Las Vegas area. And so that will be one of the programs that we're instituting. And so Melissa has shared with some of the folks that in our first meeting we'll talk about, not only because school's ending, so being able to do the care kits in the schools, it won't really be revamped until August, but right away we'll jump into doing these care kits and support sessions for these kids who are facing some issues. And Kathy just shared something really interesting. Can you see that?
Yeah,
Okay. So she said, we had a 12-year-old in our shelter 2 weeks ago that tried to commit suicide, was tired of being poked fun at. Luckily, the staff at the shelter found her. Bless them.
That's heartbreaking.
It's just like.
And I think that it's advantageous that you're starting the club now at the end of the school year, because it will give us all time to develop into something that by the time we're back into school in a couple of months, we should have things pretty much nailed down and being able to jump right in. So.
Well, and that's the hope, is that we will, from day one and from the parent conferences just before school starts, that they will see that, and that the key clubbers will help us hand out the kits in the schools that we choose, because Las Vegas has the highest number of key clubbers in one city that I've ever seen.
I did not realize that. That's amazing.
Absolutely. And so a shout out to our buddy Hannah Santee, who is a teacher out in Green Valley, who is also the main advisor to all those different key clubs that are there. She's going to help us get connected with those key clubbers over summer, so that they're ready and they know about what's going on and are able to move forward. So it's exciting. It's like, and I know that several people kept saying, because we kept looking at this at different times over the past year, and so someone said to me, "Well, I'll see it when I'll believe it when I see it." Well, it's happening.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
And I'm always sad when I hear that. I'll believe it when I see it. It's why not? Okay, I'll make that happen too. I'll help. You know. Anyway, never mind.
And so Kathy posted, and so Kathy, yes, we have hit a nerve, and it's hit a great nerve for me. And I told my husband I wasn't joining any more clubs, but it is true. The mentality of our culture feels people choose to be homeless. They don't. They say there are so many jobs out there, and they want to be homeless. Oh my goodness, no. People do not have a clue of the mental health issues that are involved in the majority of this population. I agree. And Kathy, I want to put out my own invitation. I know you belong to a number of clubs, but would you please consider sponsoring someone to be in this club from Pennsylvania? Because I think that we have an opportunity to do a satellite in Pennsylvania and really move forward with these kits that we have, because some of them are produced out there. And so it'd be even less expensive to get these into the hands of kiddos and into the hands of teachers, even if we may not be able to get into some of the classrooms. But it hits a nerve. And usually for me, that's why I do single focus clubs, because I go to communities when we're talking about things and they get the service that we need. And I realize, well, we don't need all of Kiwanis. We don't need all the Kiwana universe doing 8,000 projects. We need to focus in on one single need. It's the same way that we did the Star Club in El Dorado Hills. And the Star Club is has picked 5 schools where we're going to train the teachers and the healthcare advocates to be able to then train their students on sex trafficking awareness and resources. That started on the show talking about doing that. And it's an unfunded mandate here in California that kiddos between 7th grade and 12th grade are educated on a regular basis. And Kathy, what did she say? John, you're busy laughing. What did she say?
She says, actually, I will get someone from the shelter to join. I can pay their membership. Just don't tell my David.
Okay. He's not listening right now. He doesn't normally listen till the jokes time. Safe with me. Thank you, Kathy. I think that this is something that is going to be a worldwide initiative in the future. And I believe that there's so much good that can come out of these partnerships in this process. And by having this tied in with Kiwanis, it makes it financially viable, and it makes it accountable financially. Because a lot of people say, we throw so much money at this. We do so many fundraisers about mental health, and I'm not seeing a difference. And I get an attitude. I think I just got an attitude. And the reality is that when it's tied to Kiwanis does things in a way that as a 501c4, that the money that we bring in from the outside community has to go back out to the community and the projects that we do. So while we may be tied in with the Mental Health Moments 501c3, which allows for us to fundraise immediately, and you get a personal benefit outside of helping kids, get a tax benefit. There's some other pieces. And John, I know I've been talking a lot, but do you think we need to go to one last break before we wrap up for the day?
We can, but I think that what we're talking about is pretty important. And I mean,
I don't want to slight anybody. So if you didn't see your commercial today, we'll do.
That's okay. We're thinking about you, and you have donated your time for a worthy cause. How about that?
There we go. Absolutely. And so as we're looking at this, we're not like other organizations out there that say, I'm going to send you the same picture of the same child and say that, if you send $25 a month, this one child is going to be the same. I got caught up in that. My whole family did, where we all realized.
Didn't we all? Yeah.
Yeah, we all realized we had the same child that we had adopted.
Yeah.
And so with Kiwanis, it's not that way. And that's by our bylaws and our policies of what we do. Everything that we do is for our community. We have administrative funds that go towards our fund, and taking care of ourselves. But the money that we bring in from the outside goes directly back. That's why it tied in so well with having our visitor from Zambia come in, because he's trying to bring a group of Kiwanians from around the world to come help with their medical. And so it's like a little bit of Doctors Without Borders, but it's Kiwanians with special skills going in from auditory, from your visual, from your physical, or your cardiac, and being able to help as quickly as we can in a 10-day period of time. And I'm very curious about how that will work. And so we'll find out more. But for now, it's knowing that Kiwanians make a difference in every single community. And I'm so jazzed that we can start at this level of working with mental health. So,
it's amazing to me. I mean, I grew up around the Moose and the Eagles and all of the Lions clubs and all of that stuff. My parents were Moosers or whatever they call them, and I knew about Kiwanis, but it was just like, okay, Kiwanis, Rotary, yeah, the bunch of real estate people out there doing networking and stuff. Until I got involved with the show here and really started realizing what Kiwanis was about, and that it was, and I'm not putting any of the other organizations down in any way, shape, or form, because they all have their place and they're all doing good things. But I think that the people that I have come in contact with through Kiwanis has a dedication that goes beyond just going to the meetings, or that there is a real commitment there of people who, hey, I want to make a difference. If I'm going to spend my time, I want to spend it doing something that's worthwhile. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
and you hit it right on the head, and that is doing something. Most people in the world right now don't want to just talk about things. They want to do something. And that's something for us is the service and the impact that we have on our communities. The service, when you put service first, all the meetings and all that around it become just a support system. But it's not about the meetings. It's not about the eating lunch with your friends or dinner with your friends. It is about the service that you do and the impact that you have on your local community. And so joining Kiwanis is not mutually exclusive from being a Rotarian. I love the fact that in my club there is someone that is also a Rotarian and they're a Kiwanian. And I love the fact that we partner with all of the other organizations. And that's the hidden under thing that happens with Rose Float. And I know you didn't think I was going to be able to bring up Rose Float today. During Rose Float Week, the presidents of all the international organizations come together and they talk about the initiatives of service. And September is International Service Month, where all the service organizations are supposed to work together during 1 week in September on a joint service project within your local community. So that's the Lions, the Optimists, the Goodfellows, the Optimists, Sir Optimists, Kiwanis. That's all of us working together with more hands-on service. And so, like Elizabeth said in her comments, it's like hands-on service is what we're all about, and being able to partner with other folks. And I love it when we have the opportunity to meet in a moose lodge or an elk's lodge, because they have the best space and great bars. And it's inexpensive. And so we partner together. We help with what they're doing and bring out lights, and it's perfect. But I think that I probably don't want to miss out on our bad dad jokes, because I think you've got a couple, don't you?
Aaron pre-recorded some, sent them to me so that we could keep all of our listeners and viewers happy, and so they would come back.
All right.
Did you have a wild thing or anything? No.
I will after.
Okay. All right. Then here's Aaron.
Hey everybody, Aaron Phillips here. Sorry I can't be with you today. I'm actually driving up to DC today to host the second of 3 fundraising walks for the Foundation Fighting Blindness. It's their annual vision walks. And it's the second of three. They already did one in Virginia Beach a few weeks back, and now this one in DC. And then in 2 weeks, back up to go to Baltimore for the third of the three walks. So that doesn't mean I'm going to miss out on some bad dad jokes for you. So, John, hit it if you would. All right, here you go. Here's a couple of bad dad jokes just so you don't forget about me. Why couldn't the lifeguard rescue the hippie? We are getting ready for spring season. Or for swimming season. This is pretty important. Why couldn't the lifeguard rescue the hippie? He was too far out, man. Get it? He was too far out. Come on, I thought that was pretty good. Why do bees hum? Why do bees hum? No, because they don't know the words. That's why. When you don't know the words, all you can do is hum, right? All right. Let's see. Why did the pony drink some tea? Why did the pony? I can actually feel for this one. Why did the pony drink some tea? Because he was a little horse. Pony, little horse, get it? Come on now. All right. Last one. Just give you a couple that kind of whet your appetite before next week's show. Why was the basketball player bad at fishing? Why was the basketball player bad at fishing? He got nothing but net. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A few bad dad jokes from the Bible to keep your whistle wet while I'm away. All right. I know you guys enjoyed today's show with our guest. Hey, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. Not hopefully. I'll see you back next week with Doc Val right here on Vegas Connects. Thank you, everybody.
I like the far out, man.
Far out, man.
Oh, okay, so you know what? I'm going to look for a book of Cheech and Chong bad dad jokes.
Oh, fun. Far out, man.
Don't tell Aaron. Don't tell her. What's the problem? I heard that you have a wow moment you'd like to share.
I do. Absolutely. You're going to do that thingy?
Let's do it.
So I have two, and one of them is so personal, it's fun, and hopefully there'll be a little video that goes with that coming out of the Grantville Allied Gardens Club. But yesterday was their Builders Club takeover, and if most people aren't used to this, our key clubs and our Builders Club and Middle Club Kiwanians took over the club meeting. And they played music, and they ran the meeting, and they made $120. And so, but they were showing our Kiwanians how to have fun. And my mom was so fascinated because one kid was playing the piano, and he was playing Elton John's, one of Elton John's, I can't, what's it? Okay, you don't want to hear me sing. But mom actually donated $20 because she was just wowed by the kids. And so if your club is ever feeling like it needs to get energized, let the key clubbers come in and take over. Let the your Builders Club or your K kids take over and run the meeting. You'll have so much fun. And then the other one was, I want to do a shout out to my friend Katie Young. Congratulations on a successful Art and Wine Festival in Antioch. You brought the music and the Tina Turner and all those people, and actually made a donation to Key Club. All doing it all at the same time. So you're a Wonder Woman. Beyond that, John, this hour has gone by really quickly, even with all of our technology phases. So can you bring it home so that we, in spite
Well, Val, I always enjoy spending time with you. I kind of feel like your family. We hit it off right from the beginning. And I still have I should start wearing it more. I had the little bolo tie that you gave me. Do you remember that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And for those of you, my uncle used to wear bolo ties, my great uncle, an absolutely amazing man. And I kept thinking, what kind of gift can I share with people for one of the biggest influences in my life, the biggest male influence in my life, bar none. And that I created a bolo tie in his honor. And for those that are close to me, I shared that bolo tie. So thank you, John, for
Cool,
remembering
cool,
that.
Hey,
Uncle Mal was.
I remember everything. Hey, Val,
Awesome.
you have a good week, and everybody else, come back when the guy with no hair is on. So
Okay,
we'll see.
so what other?
Wait. We have one last message.
Aw, Delia loves her bolo tie.
Hey, who doesn't love a bolo tie?
All right.
And what do you say we say goodbye and we'll see everybody next week?
Sounds really good. So if you want to watch this again, I think it's going to be available on Sunday, but not like this one. So
Yeah. Okay. See you
All right.
later. Bye bye. I've always